Okay, so this is Macy, Denver, and Trevor, and this speech is on why you should register as an organ donor. Here are all the organs that a single person can donate if in healthy condition. We got the heart, the lungs, kidneys, liver, intestines, pancreas, the eyes, tendons, valves, veins, skin, and bones. According to organdonor.gov, an average of 20 people die each day waiting for an organ transplant. These numbers may not seem like much at first glance, but that's 600 people a month and 7,200 people per year. Organ donation is the gateway to saving the elderly, children, and all people in between. No matter the reason for someone needing a transplant, their life can be saved. Another statistic from organdonor.gov is that there are 113,000 men, women, and children currently on the waiting list for organs. 95% of Americans say they support organ donation, but only 50% do something to support it, whether that be signing up or promoting it. Organ donation is such an easy thing to sign up for, but for one reason or another, people are hesitant to sign up. So with the person being added to the list every 10 minutes, we need to make a change here and give away working organs to people who need them. One of the main reasons a person may be hesitant to sign up for something like this is because they want an open casket or do not want their families to miss out on seeing them one last time. But there's good news according to UNOS. You can still have an open casket even after donating. It is very possible and most times indistinguishable. Organ donation in other countries is very different than here in the US. Looking at other countries' organ donation policies could potentially save thousands of lives. In America, we get our permits whether it be at age 14, 16, or whenever. We are asked if we would like to be an organ donor. A lot of times when we are younger, this catches us off guard and surprises us. Most times the answer is no. And when we get older, we start to stand a little more and we may change our minds. Stanford studies say this is considered an opt-in policy. Countries like the US and Germany have these opt-in policies. This leads to us having to go out of our way to sign up to be an organ donor, whether it be going online and filling out pages of information or driving to the DMV and dealing with the amazing people that work there, which we all love. In places such as Australia and the UK, organ donation is default from birth. They have what is called an opt-out policy. They have to drive to their DMVs or go online to remove themselves from the organ donation list. And this in turn leads to more organ donors. This is an extremely good solution to our problem, making organ donation just another normal thing. Once again, according to Stanford studies, a whopping 90% of people are organ donors in these places, while the US is a measly 15%. These numbers are drastically different. Now, there are a lot of myths that come along with organ donation that may steer you away, and here are some of them. Probably the most common myth in organ donation is that if you agree to be an organ donor, the doctors will not work as hard to keep you alive. This is just simply not true. Doctors are under oath to do everything in their power and try and save your life. Letting you die to save someone else's just doesn't make any sense. Another very common thing that people may say when asked to be an organ donor is, what if the doctors mess up and I'm still alive when they try and take out my organs? According to Mayo Clinic, people who are being considered for organ donation have extensive tests, many more than someone who is not an organ donor, to make sure that they are actually dead. These tests are free of charge and do not cost families anything. Another extremely common myth in organ donation is that it is against most religions. Organ donation is actually consistent with most major religions. These include the Roman Catholic Church, Islam, most branches of Judaism, and most Protestant faiths. Basically what I'm saying here is make sure you do your research before you just put organ donation out of the picture, because a lot of the horror stories that are out there are just not true. Now, there's a few reasons why many might not want to donate, but some of that thinking is logical. According to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, the biggest drawback of organ donation for most people is deservingness issues. They do not want their precious organs to go to some alcoholic that did it to themselves or some smoker who ruined their lungs. They want their organs to go to an innocent kid who got diagnosed with cancer. And here's the thing, I do see this point, but on the other hand, you still have to remember, you are saving someone's life here. Your body will live on to keep someone else's going. This could be that person's breakthrough to stop smoking cigarettes. Their families will get to see and enjoy them longer. Another drawback of organ donation that deters most people is the fact that they do not trust the doctors who will be harvesting their organs. Some believe that there will be unethical tactics used, or even that the black market could be involved. Although there have been a few cases of this, it is so uncommon that it is irrelevant. Organ donation in turn is very reliable, safe, and can save thousands of lives every year. In conclusion, everyone should seriously consider organ donation. According to thegiftofhope.org, if all of a person's organs are still intact upon death, one person can save up to 8 lives. 8 people. Your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your grandma, anyone. If this was you and someone close to you was on their last straw, begging for a lung, it is very easy to push things aside until it affects you personally. So with the person being added to the list every 10 minutes, we need to make a change and give away working organs to people who need them. We need to have an opt-out policy and make organ donation a cultural norm and save more lives. Thank you.